If you only take one thing from me, make sure it's this. You have to control the controllables. Stop getting spun out of control when something doesn't necessarily go your way. When there was something out of your control that happens, don't let that spiral you out. It is what it is. We're here now. So now what in the hell are we going to do? So maybe your tech just ran a freaking truck off the road and completely totaled it. And now you're like, I don't even know how the hell we're going to get to the rest of the call. First and foremost, don't freak out. It is what it is. We're already here. The truck's already effed. No matter what you do or say from here is going to bring that truck back. Is going to put that truck still in commission. It's not going to be on the road anymore. It just is what it is, right? So your tech, he either needs to be fired because it was entirely his fault. Maybe he's done a whole bunch of stuff, or he feels completely horrible about the situation, and you jumping down his throat and all that stuff is not going to help the situation because we are here. What are we going to do now? Is the tech okay? Let's make sure and get him medical attention, et cetera, et cetera. But now let's just get back to work and figure out how we're going to move on from here. It doesn't matter what happens in business. Just control the controllables. I see a lot of people out here and they're worrying about all these extra things from the outside. But if you really just boil it down, you look at your day to day, like what is within your control? What can you change? I know that it's 70 degrees outside. And so that means that the phone's not going to be ringing off the hook with people actively looking for your service. You can't control that. So don't sit there and pout about it. Don't sit there and be like, oh, it's an election year. We're screwed. Control your controllables. So what do we have that we can control? 70 degrees outside. Well, guess what? If you've been in business for longer than a couple of months, you should have a customer list. And this customer list, guess what? You can message them and you can tell them about these awesome things that you have going on in your business right now. You can tell them about the fact that you have something that will completely mitigate the fact that there's allergies like crazy right now, that there's cedar pollen going all over the place. Hell, we had on the news yesterday, somebody had called in the fire department, and it was literally just because the wind was blowing the cedar pollen so hard it looked like smoke was coming from the forest. And so they called the fire department. It was literally pollen. Well, you have indoor air quality products. So maybe you could message all of your customers and be like, guess what? We have a preseason special. If you get a maintenance with us, we're going to give you a 30% discount on indoor air quality product. Or, hey, if allergies have been bothering you lately, guess what? We're running a spring promotion right now. You just got to figure out what's going to move your needle. What is the problem right now that I can control and get us out of this situation that we're currently in. Now, maybe the situation that you're currently in is, oh crap, we're growing so fast that we're not able to take on all of the work that's coming in. So, how do we control that? Obviously, we've already controlled the fact that we didn't have calls coming in because now they're coming in. So, whatever we've done, whether it be the SEO stuff, whether, we got out there and really started getting some word of mouth, maybe some Facebook stuff started firing off, maybe all of this stuff all culminated and came together. And now your business is popping off. And now you're like, oh crap, we can't handle all this business. So now, how are we going to control this? Well, you can either hire more technicians, which it always sucks to try to hire new technicians right now. Like it's really hard to find good help, but hopefully they're not already all snatched up. There are other ways that we can control this situation. So maybe you're like, there are no techs. We paid a shitload of money trying to get a new technician in here. We've offered all these crazy incentives and we cannot get a tech. What does that mean? That means that that might not be controllable. So what can we control that's still going to get us over where we need to go? Well, there's a couple of things that we need to do. For one, I would recommend starting to hire people that have zero training. So people directly off of the street that have a mechanical mind that you can train and you can mold to be the exact technician that you want it to be. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a couple of years out, right? So training a tech is a major undertaking. However, it's something that you can control. We need to get employees into our business. We need to get more technicians. They're not out there. We need to make them. So let's make some. That doesn't help us right now, though, does it? So what can we control right now? There's no technicians out there. We can't train up a technician. It's going to take us a couple of years before that guy's ready to go get in the truck himself. So now we can look internally in the business. Well, maybe I've got an install guy who is he's a decent install guy, but he knows some techie stuff. Maybe we can convert him over and bring in an apprentice to help a really good install guy, and he can start learning off of that install. So now you've converted an install guy over to service to hopefully pull some of that stuff off your back. What if this does? What if you don't have the capabilities of that? Well, we're still going to control the controllables. So if you have an influx, too many customers coming in, this is a great situation because now you can cherry pick your customers. Okay. Now you can raise your prices up a little bit. You need to be running a balance between pricing and scheduling, right? You can control those controllables as long as you're not focused on the non controllables. You should never be 3 or 4 weeks out. I hear this all the time. Oh, we're 4 weeks out. If you're 4 weeks out, you have something fundamentally wrong in your business because you should know in an HVAC business, if you're more than 2 days out, you're just not getting the customer. And it might have been a high paying customer and you're just not getting it. So stop with the bullshit. You're 4 weeks out. I mean, you can use that to help filter out some of the people that you don't want to service. I get that. But the, you're full of crap. You're not 4 weeks out. And nobody's gonna wait 4 weeks if their air conditioner is broken. It's just not gonna happen. So shut up with all that stuff. If you are 4 weeks out, you need to raise your prices and you need to hire somebody. Like, it is what it is. You should be making more money because it's a supply and demand. It is what it is. And so we are going to control what we're able to control, whether it be through price changes or whether it be through employee changes or whatever, what have you. And that's really the only thing that you need to take from me. This is a whole bunch of words to tell you that all you need to do is just go out there and control the controllables and stop worrying about all that other noise because that's all it is. If you can't change it, if you can't physically fix it, if it is out of your control, it should be out of your mind. It is what it is. It should be over there. If the world's going to end tomorrow, it is what it is. We're here. How about we not make the next 24 hours absolutely suck because we're worried about the fact that the world is going to end tomorrow. So we can't control it. The comet's coming. It is what it is. Go stand on the shoreline, hug your dad, and get hit by a wave as it comes in. It is what it is. Just accept it and move on and control what is controllable. We're fired off right now and we are rocking and rolling. We're pushing everybody right now for this summer push. And if you're not in position for the summer push, you better get your ass in gear. Go back, watch some of these other videos. I'm going to link one right here. Start right there. Watch that video. Get everything decked out because if you're not in position, if you're not heading into position, you missed the boat. And this is the biggest revenue stream of the entire year. You got to catch the wave. So watch that video. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can catch us right here next week.